Trimble. Well, that young lady really showed a lot of speed here last night in car number 39. Gilbert Perez the third in car number G3. Michelle Pasek in the 174. Brian Rye, the pilot of car number 154. 83 is Randy Lovell. Bubba Jones in car number 23 from Provençal, Louisiana. Or what we say, Manny, Louisiana these days. 75 of Chad Ince. Megan Dodson in the 133 car. Casey Jimerson in 117. Daniel Gaudet aboard the number 5. Final row starters starting 13th in the T2 is Justin Riddle and Rowdy C in car number 28R.
Zach, you can expect some action in this one. Top four move on. Top four move on. So you got a long way to go in a short time to get there. You know, good field of cars. These B mains are stacked just like the heat races were last night. But top four will move on tonight. Well,
we know that Bubba Jones is going to have to pick up 4, and you just caught it with him in the pit area a little bit earlier. If we get a caution, I might play that over the broadcast. But you asked him what happened last night when you were leading that race. Bubba just lost it over there all his own. But he said he's coming through. He's going to win the whole thing tonight.
He had a lot of confidence. I didn't agree with him, but he's got a lot of confidence.
We'll see how much, if that confidence comes to fruition here tonight in this B feature event. He's going to have to get inside of the top 4. He's going to look to go 3 wide here. Oh, boy. He'll fit the gap and walk to the threshold. 23 splits the gap. He's already picked up 3. He washed up the racetrack, opened up the door for the 154 of Ryan to turn number 3. It's heating up early, and Jones went way high, wide, and handsome, and he's going to lose wholesale. It's slippery up top. He ain't got those sticky pair of shoes on tonight. He ain't raced on them slicks in a little while. So Jones going backwards early, picked up 3 and then lost 3 more. Down the back straightaway, Mike Martin going to be your race leader in that Superman 5-star car. Off the exit of 4, down Main Street, back into turn number 1, Nathan Rahi rides in second. Gilbert Perez the third, and G3 will be third. Your fourth and final transfer spot holder right now in car number 39 is Michaela Trimble. Trimble has it, the 154 of Ryan wants it. Working them down the back straightaway. Look at Bubba Jones in the midpoint of the back straightaway going 3 wide in the turn number 3. It's heating up at the South Texas Race Ranch here in B-Main action. Off the exit of 4. Like we talked about earlier, Kevin, if you don't make it here in this one, guess what you'll be doing? You'll be throwing her on the trailer. We'll see you later on another dirt track Saturday night, and it won't be in 2023.
Yeah, I do think, Zach, you're going to see a little bit more of the frame horns and stuff. You're going to see some bumpers getting used up, some nose pieces. These guys are wanting to get into the money.
Look out, square tubing into turn number 1. So all eyes on the transfer spot. Michaela Trimble has the fourth and final transfer spot right now. The 154 of Ryan continues to want to take it, and the 23 is trying to reel them in the form of Bubba Jones. Bringing Randy Lovell in the 83 along with him as they exit corner number 4. Back down the boulevard into turn number 1. Single file right now, but all these spots being contested. Contested for second. Rahi merely opened up the door for Perez, but all eyes on the transfer down the back straightaway. You got to look at him in the turn number 3. Here comes Rye in the 155 or 154 to the inside. And they're going to race hard, and boy, the harder they get to racing, they're allowing the number 23 of Bubba Jones to get up on that wheel and inch in just a little bit closer. Jones chipping away at it right now as they work down the back straightaway back into turn number 3. Mike Martin still your race leader over to the number 25R of Nathan Rahi as they exit corner number 4. Door-to-door for the final transfer spot. It's a how bad do you want it? Show me what you got. Saturday night slugfest and B-Main action. And Michaela Trimble up to the challenge. And here comes Jones starting to throw his hat into the ring now. Down the back straightaway. I'll tell you what, Kevin, Bubba may need a caution here. But we're going to see what happens, as well as the 39 of Trimble may need one as well, because she just got snookered by the 154 of Rye. 6 in and 6 laps to go. I'm sorry, 15 laps, so 8 in, 7 to go now, as we work down the back straightaway. It's not over yet. Still quite a few laps to contest in this one. Off the exit of 4, down the straightaway, into turn number 1, the 5-star Martin still your race leader. Over that Destroyer race car chassis, number 25, driven by tonight, the Corpus Christi Texan, Nathan Rahi. Rahi in second of that all-red number 25 R car. Jones will slide up in underneath the number 39. Picks her pocket after the mistake there by the 39 of Trimble. As Rideout goes to work on third. He wants another one. Got himself inside of a transfer spot a few laps ago after he picked the pocket of Michaela Trimble. Now he wants to get himself comfortably in the show as you got a quick closing. Number 23 of Bubba Jones. Here comes Rye down the back straightaway. Brian Rye working the inside of the South Texas Race Ranch to his advantage off the exit of 4. Down the front straightaway into turn number 1. Second on back to 5th. Like I always say, it's tighter than the top string on a Texas fiddle here on a Saturday night slugfest here in the great state of Texas. off the exit of 4. And that move right there by Rye slid Perez up the racetrack. And here comes Bubba Jones at car number 23. Bubba Jones up on the wheel. He says, I elect to not make the same mistake twice. He made it 2 times in his heat last night. And he is looking pretty smooth so far here in this one. He's butter, baby. He's on a roll. Into turn number 3. Lost wholesale early in this one. You got 2 laps to go as Perez trying to fight back and get back what he lost here. Back into turn number 1. 1.5 laps to go for your race leader as he meets the midpoint of the back straightaway and Mike Martin. Martin meets that point. Into turn number 3. He'll head off into 3. 25R of Rahi, the 154 of Rye. Bubba Jones going to have to keep his elbows locked in tight to keep that thing around the hub. Trying to grab the final transfer spot and beat feature number 1. Top 4 cars right there on each other's bumper as they exit 2 down the back straightaway. And the 4 cars here in 3 and 4 for the final time look comfortably in hand as Mike Martin will roll off a 4 and he'll receive the checkered flag for his B-Main victory. And he'll go to the South Texas Shootout Factory Stock Finale. Nathan Rahi will score second at car number 25R. Brian Rye, and grabbing the 4th and final transfer spot. And car number 23 is Bubba Jones.
Well, Bubba may know what he's talking about. He said he's going to go to win this thing. He's got another shot at it, Zach. That was a pretty impressive race. You start to see the action on the track pick up a little bit. Racetrack hopefully keep widening out as we go through the night, and I don't expect the racing action to cool down anytime soon. Again, we're going to take the top 4 out of these factory stock B-mains, so a lot of cars out there, and only top 4 move on. Everybody else is going to be watching from the trailer, so it ought to be interesting the rest of the night, Zach.
Indeed it should. On the pole of Double J Jerky, well, and the Saints Ford Factory Stock Heat, our B feature number 2, again, same deal, 15 laps in distance, top 4 go to the main event. On the pole, driving the number 741 car, it'll be Cameron Starry. Outside of Starry in the 55, that'll be Jesse Mazzell out of Frankston, Texas. John Lita in car number 24. Outside will be the Deuce car, Shannon Maurer. Memphis Villarreal in car number 30. Chase Sanchez aboard the number 63. Mason Castaneda in 28M. James Stanfield in 780. Jason Tyner, the Joker out of Tyler, Texas in 1T. Nathan Oakes in car number 21 out of Cuero. David Kulhanek in the 9. Tim Height in 13H. Sean Graham's got a long way to go. You saw his Arklatex area counterpart in the form of Bubba Jones work his way forward into a transfer, but Graham has a lot longer way to travel to get inside of that transfer, KR, as Sean only made about a quarter lap total last night.
Yeah, Sean hadn't had much luck this weekend. Talked to him down the pits earlier. They got it all put back together. Had a smile on his face. He said, hey, we're 8 hours from the house. We're going to race. We're going to see what we can do. So got a lot of respect for that. But I tell you what, look at that front row up there, Mazzell, Starry. I mean, he's got a long way to go, and he's got a lot of tough competition to get around. So catching them's going to be one thing. Getting around them's going to be a whole different ballgame.
That is indeed the case here as we get ready to rack them. They are stacked into turn number 3. Looks like we'll send them around one more time before we go to the green flag the next time. So obviously one to keep your eyes on. Former Cajun Classic winner Sean Graham starting at the tail. And how about the driver in that all-black, white-green 1T for the Joker, Jason Tyner? He just won at the Hunt County Raceway at their most recent event, their Gobbler race they had on the Saturday after Thanksgiving. Jason Tyner, really good. He's won races at Boot Hill. He's come down here and performed well in the past. But Jason Tyner, outside of a spot looking in right now, he'll be coming forward as well as I think he'll be bringing Sean Graham along with him.
Well, you just look at these Memphis Villarreals in this thing. This is an A-main on a Saturday night anywhere in the country, and this is B-main number 2. If that puts in perspective the competition level here this weekend.
Tough field of cars ready to bark like a dog off of turn number 4. Into turn number 1. Put through the firewall for your poster to the 174 Cameron Starry. Down the back straightaway, off the exit of 2 on the opening circuit. Maurer has the 4th and final transfer spot here early. And Memphis Villarreal, as Kevin stated a few moments ago, could be an A-main anywhere else at any point, at any time, at any other track in the state of Texas this season. As Villarreal, one of the hungry hounds here at this racetrack, and he'll look to bark and grab that 4th and final transfer spot. Can't get the job done here in 3 and 4 of the race. Door for the final transfer spot. Had to check the throttle just a little bit, opening up the door for the number 63 down the back straightaway. Chase Sanchez aboard the number 63. He's got a power run to the outside. Oh boy, had to check the throttle there off the exit of 4. He thought about it, and then he thought better of it, and that was the better thing to do. Down the back straightaway. Sanchez has a run to the outside of Villarreal. Villarreal in car number 30 working the bottom of the racetrack as they exit corner number 4. Sanchez trying to find a little bit of steam on the top shelf of the racetrack, but she's still a little little slippery up there right now. As Sean Graham is working his way forward just like we said he would. He's picked off a few of them. He's gotten around Tyner, who started in front of him, but still a long way to go yet for the driver car number 85 you see there on the right side of your screen. As you look at the final transfer spot holders right here, continues to be Cameron Story, the 55 of Jesse Mazzell, 24 of John Lita, and here comes Villarreal. Villarreal says, hey, I like it, I love it, and I want some more of it. He'll take the fourth and final transfer spot in sole command. And turn number 3, and a shot in the shorts by the 02 of Maurer. He says, how do you like me now? Off of 4, the 24 of Lita opened up the door with a big bobble there off the exit of 4. And now that will open up the door after more contact is made with the 30 of Villarreal. Now Maurer wants to throw his hat back into the ring. Sanchez is there as well. Law licking their chops. They know they got to go, and they got to go now. Tick-tock, the race clock goes. Sand of the hourglass starting to tick away for these drivers and starting to lay a little bit more sheet metal on one another here as we wage the war back into turn number 1. Looks like a left front flat tire on the number 24 for your fourth place holder of the final transfer spot, John Lita. That thing is most definitely down. He's going to stay digging. He's on the hammer, folks. Not going to work out to fruition down the front straightaway. Sanchez will pick his pocket. That thing is about ready to roll off the rim. So the left front flat there on the number 24 of John Lita. So caution comes out on the 780 machine here on the front stretch of James Stanfield. I didn't see what happened to Stanfield down there in turn number 1, but looks like he may have something significantly broke on the right side of that car where we can't see it from this vantage point because that thing does not want to turn.
Yeah, it looked like something broke on the right front of that race car and kind of got him up in the wall, and he just couldn't get off of it. But you said something that's going to be interesting. You're right about that 100%, Zach. We're probably going to have a lot of crinkled sheet metal and a lot of hurt feelings tonight, but these drivers are competing hard. They know what they got to do. They got to get the top 4 to have any shot at getting any of this South Texas Race Ranch cash to take back to the respective areas that they're going to be going. But Cameron Starry out front looks like he's got a pretty good lead on this thing. Melzell's coming in. Memphis done moved up to 3rd. Like, I wouldn't count anybody out in this one, though, because it has been from about 4th on back. We have had a well of a race in this one so far.
Yeah, that was the caution flag that drivers like Sean Graham wanted to see, or maybe Jason Tyner, or anybody who is behind the top 4 right now. As you still got 9 laps to get inside of a transfer spot here, Kevin. I mean, and it was going to be tough to get there with guys like Villarreal who were inside of the transfer, and Chase Sanchez, who was showing a lot of speed, Maurer, who's had the 4th and final spot there for a few laps as well. You really needed a caution if you were behind the 8 ball right now. It gives you another chance to relock and reload.
Yeah, probably after about the top 2 spots, everybody was glad to see that caution come out to kind of catch their breath. They look at the racetrack under caution, see if maybe the top's starting to come in because, you know, if you're not in the transfer spot, you're not going to lose nothing by stepping in or out trying to get around the guy in front of you. But Sean Graham was making some pretty good laps there. He had a little puff of smoke come out of that right side of that race car a couple of times. We'll keep an eye on that. But it ought to be pretty good. Jason Tyre got a little bit of contact with the car up there and kind of got pushed out of the groove. But Memphis Villarreal is coming in through there, locked into 3rd. I guarantee he won't be complacent to run 3rd. He's going to try to win this thing because obviously the higher you can finish in these B mains is going to put you in a better starting spot come 3,000 to win time here in a few hours.
So Cameron Starry picking them up and putting them down right now. Right now would be a good time to thank all of you great race fans, Kevin. A great crowd again here. We had a phenomenal crowd here for a Friday night, and I expect more people to roll in. It's still pretty early. Maybe some didn't get the memo. We were starting a little earlier, but still plenty of time to get out here to the racetrack. You're not going to miss a thing tonight. A lot of racing yet to go.
I tell you what, I walked through the bar downstairs early on my way up to the booth. It's crowded. It's packed down there. Riptide's going to be playing later on tonight. It's a good atmosphere here at the race ranch.
I like Riptide better than Roll Tide, that's for sure. Come on. Back into turn number 1. The green flag comes back out. Into turn number 1 we go. Memphis Villarreal trying to pick the pocket and out of the Frankston, Texas driver in 55 of Jesse Mazzell. The battle for transfer once more heating up down the back straightaway. Chase Sanchez wants it, and he's got it in the turn number 3. Here comes the Joker, Jason Tyner. He picked the pocket of Sean Graham on the restart, and around goes the number 24 of John Lita. He held on as long as he possibly could with that left front tire down. and he'll loop it around at the bottom of turn number 4 like a top, and he is going to be DONE, and he'll draw another consecutive caution around the speedway after we get a lap scored into the history books on that short green flag run. It was just a matter of time. He couldn't hold on to her no more.
Yeah, I imagine she was a handful. Sean Graham, that's a caution he didn't want to see. He passed the car, got another one coming out of 2, caution come back, so he'll move back a spot. But he's going to be a couple spots out looking in. But he's putting on a show for you race fans, whether you're here in person or on Race on Texas or Hunt the Front TV. It's a great opportunity to watch these guys in sport. But, hey, while we're thinking about that, if anybody's thirsty while they're here, plenty of cold beverages down there, great food. Your boy Double J Jerky taking care of us up here. He's got some treats down there. So got some event merchandise. They've got it going on here this weekend at the South Texas Race Ranch.
Yeah, Double J Jerky. Give him another shameless plug. Man, Mr. Glenn Gonzalez and Miss Julia, nicest people you'll ever meet. I mean, they're set up down there at the booth at the base of the grandstands when you walk in here at the Race Ranch tonight. You can check them out. You can get their business card and take a picture of the QR code. It'll take you directly to the website where you can order their jerky. But hey, we ain't got to do that. They've just been so good to us this weekend. They're just dropping it off to us up here in the booth. They gave me some of that crawfish jerky tonight.
We might stay a couple extra days. I ain't going to lie to you. Hey,
tell you.
Big news coming out on the social media. I'll let you announce that, buddy.
Cameron Starry leading us back to the green flag off of corner number 4. Cameron Starry in the one with your race lead. Graham is up the 5th. One spot out looking in. That got hairier than Carey down there at turn number 1 of the 21 car. Going to loop the field. And he says, you know what I'm not going to do is I'm not going to refire. And he will draw yet another caution. Kevin, you're starting to see high attrition. These guys they know that it's go time and time's running out right now.
Yeah, and cautions seem to breed cautions. That's been a thing I've been seeing all the lap. But, hey, the breaking news I was going to talk to you about, I'll just do it. Our buddy Colin Bell, announcer all over there in your part of the neck of the woods in East Texas, proposed and is officially engaged now. So congratulations to Colin. That'll be a big step in his life.
Congratulations to Colin, of course. He and Melissa. As Cameron Starry's just hoping that he can hit his marks and get this thing to the checkered flag right now, obviously comfortably into the show. As the 21 car trying to elect that he should get his a spot back. He got fed a right rear, or I call it a people's elbow down there in turn number 1 by that 13 machine of Tim Height. I mean, he just threw the old right side of the race car into him down there. He didn't make no bones about it.
Yeah, I don't think anybody's going to make a lot of friends tonight. You know, like I say, last night was a little bit more probably gentleman racing. I think you're going to see a little more sheet metal get wadded up. Like I said, a few feelings liable to get hurt. May have a few visits in the pit area with some of these drivers. But anyway, they're racing hard and they're trying to get in the money. It's they spend a lot to come down here, spend a lot of time, so they're going to try to do the best they can. We appreciate the show that they're putting on for us this weekend.
Well, currently, we only have 7 cars remaining on the racetrack, taking 4 spots. And, well, it's 7 good ones, so it should be interesting here with 7 laps to go. So 7 cars to settle in and a 7-lap dash to the checkers. As the stealth tubing, number 74 of Cameron Starry, your race leader, will lead us back to the green flag. Should be here the next time off of 4, and it will indeed be the case as the light will go out here on the back straightaway. Villarreal was sitting outside of a transfer spot early, but he has worked the wheel. He's worked his way to 2nd. And put Jesse Mazzell back in 3rd. Sanchez in the final transfer spot as they roll through 3 and 4 and off of 4. Back to the green flag we go here at the South Texas Race Ranch here at BMOD action of the South Texas Shootout. Back into 1, and Sanchez just opened up the door. Now Graham only has to get 1 more spot, but he let a big bobble down there in turns 1 and 2. Sanchez major off the pace here, but he's going to get that 63 car out of harm's way and keep this thing under the green flag, or I think that he will. He will. As Sean Graham now pulls his sleeves up and goes to work on the O2 Mauer. Here comes trouble. Sean Graham to the inside of the final transfer spot down the back straightaway. Boy, after all the adversity he's faced this weekend, this will be a feather in his cap to go to this feature event. as he will take the final transfer spot as they exit corner number 4. This is the same chassis that Sean Graham had so many good efforts in, won a lot of races in this car. A year before last in that Dominator race car, he sold to Chris White. Chris White, his good friend. And back behind the wheel of this car, he won a lot of races around the Arklatex in this hot rod a couple of years ago. As right now, the battle for the race lead, 30 of Villarreal. He's trying to force the issue. That's one more spot, Kevin, you don't have to earn in the feature event if you can get it now. And Villarreal certainly trying to get it right now because he's got a good hot rod. Another work down the front straightaway at the midpoint into 1 and 2. Story opening up the door once more. Villarreal working the wheel and working it well to the bottom of him off the exit of corner number 2. Down the back straightaway. I'll tell you what, Sean Graham may have the fastest car on the racetrack right now. Certainly passing the eyeball test. That there is no doubt. As they work off the exit of corner number 4 and down the front straightaway into turn number 1. Graham has reeled in those top 3 cars, and now he's going to go to work on the Frankston, Texas driver. 2 Arklatex area drivers, the 85 and 55. Here comes Sean Graham to the inside for 3rd. And Mazzell can't hold him back. The white flag is out, and Sean Graham has himself a rocket ship and B-main action, and he may run out of time. He may be the best car on the speedway right now. Like I said, certainly passing the eyeball test. Into 3 and 4 for the final time. The checkered flag awaits, and your winner, driving the stealth tubing, 174, Cameron Starry, your winner.